unmatched on Tinder. And for those of you like in loving relationships or don't know about Tinder, basically, you know, you get some pictures, you like him, and if he likes you, then you guys are a match. And I never worry about if he likes me, like, clearly, you know, please. So, I had like a match, right? So, you know, he was cute, whatever, so we're talking, we literally talked the whole day. And I'm not like making this up, he was asking me questions, like he was into it, you know? So we talked the whole day, like 11 to 6, you know, he even said, like, I'll be right back, gotta go get a haircut, and like, he came back, and I was like, we're like communicating, like, he's consistent, like, this is working. So then the next day I wake up, I went to bed smiling, like, oh my God, thank you, whatever. I wake up the next day, I go back to look for my boo, right? Because they have like a list of like your matches. I go back and he wasn't there. So now I'm like, something's clearly wrong with the app, right? I need to write a letter to Tinder, like something happened, like where is he? So the first thing I do is like, you know, go into denial, and then I Googled it, and even Google was like, bitch, he unmatched you. I'm like, okay, then I go to my mom, and I was like, Mom, you know, I don't know what happened, like blah, 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 you know, I was Puerto Rican, and bitches always got an opinion. So my mom's like, well, you know, like maybe it didn't go as good as you thought. You know, you always got something to say. I'm like, bye Mom, make me a sandwich, whatever, I'm done talking to you. So then, you know, I think about it, I'm fucking thinking about it, I'm like, okay, well maybe the conversation didn't go as good as I thought it did. And then I start fucking reflecting. And I was like, oh, I think I know what happened. So there was 2 parts, right? So one part we're talking, he's not into basketball. So I should have deaded his ass right there. Like playoff season, like you know about Westbrook, like whatever. But I let it ride. I'm like, okay, cool. He's really into like Japanese, anime, whatever. How do you say it? It doesn't matter. It's not even a real thing. He's like really fucking into it. And you know, when you like a guy, like for fake, you're into what they're into. So you're like, I'm like, tell me about it. Like, oh my God, I really care. So it's like he's been waiting his whole life for someone to fucking ask him. So he starts going, mind you, we're not on the phone, just texting. But like, I'm giving him a voice, right? So he's like, well, it's about, you know, this show, like this guy, like he keeps dying, and like this dream, and he's going in. He sends me a YouTube clip. I'm like, wow, it's gonna be a long night. So he's fucking going in, and me just, you know, being me, I was like, wow. I'm like, all of that made me dizzy. He didn't laugh. He was like, why? I'm like, oh, never mind. LOL, gonna watch the clip. Great, you know, moving on. I was like, fuck, maybe he didn't like that. Moving on. He has a lot of pictures, right? He travels a lot. Like, he's on, like, a fucking mountain, you know, he's like this. He's like, in the forest with a big fucking backpack, and he's like this. He's on a plane. He works for Delta, so, you know, he gets whatever. He's, like, business elite. Like, he's, like, reading a book, whatever. He's fucking traveling. Everywhere. I'm like, we get it. So he has this like forest picture with a fucking backpack, right? So I'm like, well, since you're not into basketball, I'm clearly not over it. So I'm like, well, since you're not into basketball, what else are you into besides walking through the forest with your bag? I got quiet, man. He was like, I don't do, mind you, this is the voice I'm giving him. I don't do forest. That wasn't a forest. That's when I was in Sweden. Because for me, that's the face and the voice that you make when you say, that's when I was in Sweden. So I was like, we get it, you travel. Bye. Thanks, guys.